Welcome to this place called Earth. This is Somatic Inversions, Behavioural Manipulations. In this short, Somatic Grooming, the slow conditioning that makes you ignore red flags, we expose the mechanisms that shape behaviour beneath awareness. Take a moment. Recall the last time you ignored something you knew was wrong, a tone, a shift, a comment, a feeling, not because you lacked intelligence, not because you didn't see the red flag, but because your body had already been conditioned to stay. That's this short inversion. Your biology gets trained long before you realize you're being shaped. Somatic grooming is the slow, subtle conditioning that teaches your nervous system to override its own alarms. Let's explore how it works. Grooming isn't emotional, it's physiological. People imagine grooming as the manipulation of thoughts or feelings, but research in behavioral conditioning, attachment science, Ainsworth, Maine, and interpersonal neurobiology shows something far more unsettling. Grooming works by training your nervous system, not your mind. It uses techniques such as micro-rewards, intermittent reinforcement, oxytocin imprinting, strategic vulnerability, timed affection, and psychological unpredictability. These create somatic pathways that override instinct. Your body becomes conditioned to experience and tolerate discomfort, rationalize inconsistency, normalize boundary violations, reinterpret threat as connection, and confuse fear with excitement. This isn't persuasion, it's autonomic learning. The perfect beginning that wasn't perfect. Consider the early stages of an abusive relationship, one of the most documented grooming patterns in psychology. It starts with intensity, idealization, rapid closeness, excessive attention, affection that feels fated. Neuroscientists refer to this as dopamine flooding, merging with oxytocin to create powerful neurochemical bonding. Then comes the shift. Mild criticism begins, withholding, withdrawal of attention, intermittent warmth, the occasional blame, and small control attempts. These aren't random behaviors. They are training sequences. Your body learns that safety comes after discomfort, connection comes after unpredictability, affection is earned, not given, excitement equals attachment, and anxiety equals love. This is not a story of weakness. It is classical conditioning disguised as romance and an inversion of love. How cults groom through micro-rewards. Cults do not recruit through ideology. They recruit through somatic entrainment. Let's look at documented cases like Scientology, NXIVM, or the Heaven's Gate group. New members receive warmth, love bombing, attention, belonging, validation, purpose, and community support. These are not emotional perks, they are regulatory cues. Then, slowly, disapproval appears, pressure increases, rules tighten, sleep decreases, individuality is eroded, criticism becomes spiritualized, and discomfort is reframed as growth. The nervous system adapts to the oscillation of tension and relief. This is somatic grooming on a collective scale. How corporations groom consumer behavior. Corporations use grooming principles through timed scarcity, micro-insecurities, dopamine triggering notifications, inconsistent reward schedules, artificial urgency, personalized, we care about you messaging. Consider the social media reward system. You post and receive no response. You post again, you receive a small reward. Another post and on occasion a huge reward. Then nothing, then another hit to the emotional state. This is the intermittent reinforcement schedule, well established in behavioral psychology as the strongest behavioral conditioning mechanism. Your nervous system gets trained to stay engaged, to tolerate frustration, to seek validation, ignore the red flags of manipulation, and stay addicted. Not because you want to, but because your biology has been groomed into a cycle. Somatic grooming works because it feels familiar and uncomfortable truth. Grooming succeeds when it resembles old emotional patterns in the nervous system. If your past relationships, family dynamics, or childhood environment included hot, cold affection, unpredictable caregivers, love mixed with fear, conditional approval, inconsistent validation, emotional inconsistency, your body learned the rhythm of instability, and that rhythm becomes normal. Manipulators don't read your mind, they read your somatic template. They simply follow the pattern your body already recognizes. Grooming trains the nervous system to override safety signals. Red flags don't disappear, they become reinterpreted. The nervous system learns, this anxiety means connection, this tension means attachment, this inconsistency means passion, this discomfort means growth. This is why people justify the unjustifiable. They say things like, they're just stressed. It's not that bad. I'm overreacting. They didn't mean it. It was my fault. Cognition bends to the somatic conditioning. The body dictates the belief, the inversion we were taught. Don't ignore red flags. Trust your instincts. Be strong. Don't let people manipulate you. Stop falling for the same patterns. Take time being single. But the inversion is this. You ignore red flags not because you're blind, but because your nervous system was trained to. Grooming rewrites physiology, and once biology adapts, the mind becomes compliant. Your tolerance wasn't your choice. It was your conditioning. And recognizing that ends shame and begins autonomy.